Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's Chickenz here, back with another Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity video. In today's video, I'm going to be explaining how the weapon attack buffs actually work. So we'll be looking at what they do, the best ways you can combine them, as well as some of my personal favorite combinations. Alright, so to start things off, the first question is probably actually how do you get buffs onto your weapons. So these buffs will be randomly spawned onto the weapons you pick up during the missions. So if you want to get a certain attack buff onto your weapon, you're going to need to play the missions a lot and farm the weapon drops. And if you want to know the best ways to actually do this, I do cover this in my last video. So if you're interested in that, just check the link in the top of the description. It will be there if you want to check it out. But once you do get some weapons with buffs on them, if you want to combine them together, just go visit the Hylian blacksmith and then use the fuse function there. Far in the demo, you can get a max of 4 weapon buffs on a single weapon. Each level 1 weapon will have only one slot where an attack buff can be applied, but at levels 5, 10, and 20 you'll get an extra slot. So at level 5 you'll have 2 slots, level 10 you'll have 3, and level 20 you'll have 4. But this is just the demo version of the game, so I'm pretty sure the weapon level cap will increase when the full game does come out, and then with that the attack buff slots will probably increase as well. Do keep in mind though when you are fusing weapons that only the first weapon you select will have its buff added to the weapon you're trying to combine it into. So for example here I'm trying to add a buff to my level 10 sword, so when I click on that weapon it's adding damage per 100 KOs. When I click on the second one there's no other effect applied. When I do reverse this, it does change the regular attack damage, so just make sure when you are fusing together that you do check the buff that's actually being applied. So if you've been playing around with the weapon fusing system, you might have noticed that if you combine certain buffs with each other, they'll actually increase the buffs themselves, as well as add a base damage bonus to your sword or weapon. This whole system may seem kind of random and confusing at first, but the way this actually works is that all of the weapon buffs are sorted into groups with each other, and if you add these buffs that are in the same groups with each other, that's what actually gives you your bonuses. The way you actually tell which buffs are in the same group with each other is actually really simple, so all you have to do is take a look at the symbol next to the buff, and then take a look at the outer shape. So if the outer shapes match with each other, that will be a match and add the bonuses to your weapon. So I'll quickly just go over all of the weapon buffs in the groups they are in, just for those who are interested and probably don't have all of them just yet. I've been playing the demo a lot, so I'm pretty sure I have found all of them at this point, but if I didn't, just leave me a comment and let me know. Alright, so starting things off in the circle group, we have the weapon buffs Battle XP, Monster Part Drop Rate, and Battlefield Specific Item Drop Rate. The next one is the square group, which has attack speed, attack range, perfect dodge timing window, special attack charge rate, and damage at 30% hearts or less buffs. So the next group, I'm not really sure what shape it is. It looks like a pointy circle, so I just called it that. But in this group, we have the regular attack damage, special attack damage, strong attack damage, mid-air attack damage, dash attack damage, and flurry rush damage. And the last group is the hexagon group, which has the damage per 100 KOs, healing item effect, damage from enemies, and damage at full health buffs. Alright, so now I'll go over the specifics of the bonuses. So first off, when you add 2 buffs to the same group with each other, it will give each of them an increase in their effect. And then there will also be a plus 5 base damage increase added to your weapon. You can also add pairs of buffs that are in different groups from each other, and that will give all of them an effect increase as well as a plus 10 base damage increase. So for example here, I have 2 buffs from the square group as well as 2 buffs from the circle group, which combined together give me a plus 10 base damage increase. When you add 3 buffs from the same group with each other, that really doesn't do anything. All it does is add the effect increase of the last buff added, but there is no base damage increase. So because of this, I do recommend that you either go with pairs or you actually add 4 buffs of the same group with each other. Because when you add 4, there is going to be an effect increase for all of your buffs, as well as a plus 15 base damage increase as well. Because of that plus 15 base damage increase, I do recommend that you try to get 4 buffs in the same group with each other. So that's going to wrap up everything there is to know about attack buffs. So since we know everything we need to know now, I thought I'd share a few of my favorite combinations with you guys. So my first combination I found was adding 3 attack speed pluses as well as an attack range. So this one is my favorite combo so far, as well as the one I have the most fun playing with. So what this does is increase Link's swinging speed so you can get into combos a lot faster. And the one attack range slightly increases the area of effect on Link's swings. So as you know, there's a lot of monsters you have to fight in this game, so it's probably important to have at least a little higher area effects so you can actually hit them all. Alright, so my next weapon is the 2 monster part drop rates combined with 2 battlefield specific material drop rates. So this weapon I mainly use just for farming materials whenever I need a bunch of materials for some reason. And combining all these together does give you the plus 15 base damage increase, so this weapon still is pretty good at dealing damage when you need it to. My last combo is 4 damage per 100 KOs together, so this weapon I pretty much use when I play on the harder difficulties, and it's mainly used for just dealing a bunch of raw damage. The damage per 100 KOs buff is pretty broken, but I'm not really sure if it caps just yet, but I do notice you do a lot more damage with 4 of them together. So as you can see here, I'm playing on hard difficulty and fighting a mob, and as you can see I'm doing a bunch of damage to him without even trying to hit his weak point at all. So if you're looking for a weapon that does the most damage as possible, I highly recommend doing this combination. But that right there is going to be my final combination I'm sharing with you guys for today. I really look forward to playing around with this system a lot more when the full game does come out, and I probably will update it if I do find out more info. But if you guys enjoyed the video and found it helpful, please make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more Age of Calamity content, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.